Welcome to Herf Zone Live. I'm so sorry about the tech issues a few minutes ago, but we are back and stronger than ever. Going to have a great show where we have the most eclectic lineup of guests, of which some smoke cigars and some who don't. Either way, we bring you the best content weekly. Herf Zone Live is sponsored by StogieLives.com. If you need a place that's a place to get away, be able to enjoy your cigars, enjoy the adult luxuries that you have, go over to StogieLives.com, where you won't receive the type of persecution you will on other social media sites. It's an independent social media, none of that media bias stuff. Check them out. Check out StogieLives.com. All right, so without further ado, um, waiting patiently in a Cigar Hustlers podcast green room, I have the owners of Spades Cigars, Mr. and Mrs. Spades. We're going to dig into their story and we're going to have an awesome show tonight. So I'm going to bring them on right now. Hey,
Hello.
how are you doing, guys?
How's Good. Everyone How are doing? You?
I'm doing good. Well, uh, I first interviewed you for when I was with Stogie Press and everything, and got a little bit of a scope of Spade Cigars. That's kind of how I learned, and we finally met each other when I came to when I was in Tampa.
Yep.
And I finally had a chance to experience Spade Cigars, so I'm glad that you guys accepted my invitation to come on the show and all that. So for those out there who may not know about you guys, like tell me a little bit about where you're from, how you grew up, what you got into before you got into cigars, or what you were like doing.
So I am born and raised in Houston, Texas, which is where we're based currently. I grew up all different areas of Houston. And before getting into cigars, I'm in the cybersecurity world. So got my master's degree. I went to the University of Houston, and that's something that I still do because it's also a passion of mine. And I also have cigars, and now we are branching off into the liquor industry as well, or wine and spirits, I would say, with Joker Liquor. You want to do what started?
Well, for me, I'm originally born in Portland, Oregon. West Coast kid, Northwest kid, and I moved down to Houston 20-something years ago and loved the hospitality. I met this beautiful woman here, and I hadn't left ever since. So it's been a great experience. I love cigars, fell in love with cigars back in 2011. Very first stick at the time was a Jewel Estates number 9. And I remember my first cigar, after I closed a nice business deal, me and my clients went out and had a cigar for a celebration. And ever since then, I've been hooked. I love the cigar community. I love the cigar culture. I love sitting back after a long day's work or hard day's work and being able to just enjoy a great stick and have conversations. Think about me meeting you from, across the world or, across the United States. And it all came through from cigars. So I just love everything that cigars have done for my life, and just the peace and giving me an opportunity to meet so many new people.
Definitely.
Awesome. So, Mrs. Spades, though, how did you get into cigars initially?
So initially, the way I got into cigars was I knew he had a passion for cigars originally. So I think I just said, like, let's do something for a date night. We were out of the country during the time, and so I decided to treat him to a cigar. And so that's when, I learned the pairing of a cigar and actually enjoying the experience. There's another lounge here in Houston where I think I did it again, where like we went on a date and we ended up going and getting a cigar. Right.
And anyone that smokes in Houston, you guys remember B&B.
Everyone remembers B&B. So that actually was my first experience smoking a cigar in Houston. So from there, that's kind of how I got the name Sweet Habana on Instagram, is because I naturally gravitated to the flavored cigars originally, as many new smokers do. And so, and that's also what led to the Queen of Spades cigar line, just so then we can have something for the smokers that enjoy flavored cigar, as well as the premium sticks that we already carried with Spades.
Mhm.
Awesome. Now, why? Okay, so what made you decide to get into, not just cigars as a hobby, but cigars as in, starting a brand? And where'd you get the concept of spades? Like, I understand like cards and all that, but take us through like how you started as a brand.
Well, it started me. I'm smoking 5 or 6 cigars a day, and the budget is getting out of whack. I'm just enjoying it too much. And the wife says, at this point, you have to figure something out because you're just spending too much money on this thing that you like to do. So I thought about doing a lounge, and I had a good idea. Well, I wanted to start, my own cigar company. So we went about that process and reaching out to a couple of factories, trying to figure out what would be the best factory to partner with. And we started that 5 years ago. Started that process 5 years ago. Now this is our 5th year in business, and it's been a blessing just to see where we have come. We started the name. We do had a bunch of different names that we had, but I'll let you tell that part. You seem to tell that part so much more better than I.
So the name came. It just came just one day. I think we were just driving, but um, the reason why the name stuck to us was we've been together 15 years, and one of our biggest things is we like to enjoy time with friends and family. And so we were known for hosting, events at our place or wherever. So
House parties.
yeah, house parties, and even now, like Thanksgiving, like everyone always says, bring the games, or whatever is the entertainment. And so when Spades Cigars just kind of came to mind, the thought that came with it was just being able to fellowship and enjoy time with your friends and family. Not so much saying playing the card game spades, but
Yeah.
just the whole, feeling that you get whenever you're just enjoying time with everyone and not thinking of like the daily stressors and things like that. You're just having a good time. So that's what our brand is about. We like to incorporate that into when we do our cutting lights. We're very versatile, but I think the Spades brand just kind of fits the vibe that we like to give.
And I got a confession though, because me, I've always been the token white boy all my life, but I'm not really a card guy, and I don't know how to play spades, which
It's
back then
okay.
I wasn't, back then everybody was playing spades and tonk back in high school and all that, getting busted for,
Yeah.
gambling and all. I don't know how to do all that.
Right. Yeah, actually, it's funny because there have been lounges that started doing like spades night or game night
Hmm.
whenever they decided to do a cut and light with us, and it turned out to be a success for them. So then they continued it on even after our cut and light was over. It became like a monthly event or a quarterly event because people just enjoyed the feeling of playing games,
Yeah,
smoking a cigar, and just kicking back with each other.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And plus, they can offer spade cigars,
Hey,
during that time, so.
Mhm.
right.
So it's cool to hear how you guys, started initially. Now, what factory do you guys work with? Do you guys work with one factory or several factories? Tell us about that, and then after that, kind of get into your each of your cigars in your line.
So we work with one particular factory, but we try not to say our actual factory name. We kind of keep it a hush. But we have a great factory in Esteli, and they've been great with us, and they've kept us with consistent product. They really allowed us to grow at the rate that we needed to from a factory standpoint, and
Mm.
they provide us with so much support. We just got back from the factory uh, just recently here, and it was a great experience trying new products, trying new leaves, looking at some of the things that we're trying to create for 2022 and 2023. So yeah, we have a great partnership with our factory, and it's just been a great experience with them, allowing us to grow and develop new products and just and come into our own in the cigar space that we're in.
So you want to talk about the different cigars we have and go through
Yeah,
like
go
the
ahead.
palettes and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of history about our cigar product line. So originally, when we first started, we had only one cigar. So we started off with just the black label, which is a Maduro full body cigar, and from there, you want to say the
So we went from
it's like leathery. You want to get into all that because then we're gonna be all day.
yeah, it's gonna be so we actually have we have a total product line and we have 13 different faces. We have several Maduros, and when we first started, our first cigar was our black label. Really nice, smooth, strong smoke. It's our signature cigar, and my mind frame at the time was, you know what? If this doesn't work, I'm going to have one great cigar that I can smoke, and she'll be happy with it because I bought it, at a different price. But it didn't work out that way.
You tried.
I tried, yeah, but that's
to smoke them all.
I tried to smoke all of them I could possibly could. But our first event that we did, we released our black label, and we had a sellout at the event. We sold all of our cigars. So we quickly realized that we weren't going to be able to. This was something that was going to take off pretty quick. We released our second cigar, which is our red label, which is our Cahora leaf. Really great cigar, really smooth, great body profile, medium to full body cigar. Yeah. And then we went to our highest rated cigar, which is I'm smoking now here, our white label. Really good smoke, Toro 6x54, full body stick, really great stick. So
what's the rating?
92.1, really good stick that we released. It's probably been out about 4 years now. And from there, we went on to our Red Lace, which is a limited release. We released our King of Spades, which is our Maduro that we released here this past year. And then Crystal came out with her flavored line, Queen of Spades, in 2018. And that really helped our business and took us to another place because I felt like at the time, and we were going back and forth trying to come up with the idea of doing a flavored line. And at the time
he didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it. And I was completely against it. But it was such a blessing for our business when we decided to launch our flavor line because it gave us an opportunity to have access to different smokers that really enjoyed flavored cigars. So it really took our business to a whole nother level with bringing on our flavor line.
Awesome. I mean, it's good that, I'm not a flavored cigar guy myself, but I do work in retail, and from every single day when somebody comes in, they're looking, we have a separate cabinet for flavored cigars, and there's literally they're the number one seller. So even as somebody that sells cigars, you have to realize them things sell, and they'll help. They'll be like a bread and butter item. Even though other stuff sells too, and it's very good, but it caters to that market because it's huge. Like people eventually get off of that, but then there's a whole stable of people that keep coming through, and they'll enjoy that as well. So
right. It's also a good cigar to have for like breakfast or dessert. So even now, like I do more premium cigars, but every now and then I still do flavored cigars, obviously my own. But like if I wake up in the morning and we want to sit outside, maybe buy some water and smoke a cigar, well, I'll have a mocha and coffee, and that just goes perfectly for that time period, especially if it's hot outside. It's good to have something more mild. I won't go for a full body stick as of yet until maybe we get closer to nighttime.
Yeah, for me, I'm smoking everything I possibly can. I love it. Yeah, so I'm still at now. I went from 5 to 6 a day, so now I smoke about 7 to 8 cigars a day, and majority of the time. And like I said, I like to start off with a nice. We have our anniversary cigar, which is our Connecticut. So I usually start off with either one of our Connecticut's, or I'll start off with one of our flavored cigars with coffee in the morning.
You didn't even talk about the anniversary.
Yeah, so we also have our anniversary cigar, which is sun-grown Connecticut, really great stick. Smooth, something to enjoy either last stick of the night or first stick in the morning. It's one of my favorites that I always go to, but really good smoke. And like I said, I love smoking all of our product. I'm at 6 or 7, 8 cigars a day. So love to enjoy Spades Cigars products.
Oh yeah, I'm at the 5 and 6 cigars a day, but to me it's not a race. Sometimes it's 4 to 5. It's really not a race. I work at a shop now, so it's pretty much from the time I get stuff open. Right before I open the door, I pick out what cigar I'm gonna smoke, and boom. So yeah, so we went through your lineup of cigars and everything. Now, um, what as somebody who's never heard of your brand or anything, like what's the one cigar that they should start with? Like, doesn't matter. Like they're the average consumer; they may not smoke all the time, but what's the one cigar that they should start with? That's like, that cigar is a winner, and it will start people off in Spade Cigars the right way.
I think just, and he probably can answer it a different way. But I think for me, I always like to ask what cigar do they like the most, and that way I know what strength they're into, and based on whatever strength they're into, then I would say I would usually point them to either the red label or the white label. I feel like with the white label, you can't go wrong because um, if you want a hint of like the richness that you get from Nicaraguan soil, then you can still get that from the white label, but you also get the creamy aspect as well, where it's not overpowering. And so it's a really good stick. It's very smooth and happens to be one of my top favorite. But I always say if I'm not 100% for sure, I know I never get any problems with recommending the white label.
Yeah, definitely. What
So
about you?
so for me, it all depends on a couple of things. What are you drinking? What
Mm.
did you have to eat this evening? Are you looking for a full body smoke, or do you want something to relax yourself? All those factors kind of go into a great smoke session for me. But I always refer people to either our red label, which is in between with a medium and full body smoke. It's going to give you kind of in between what you're looking for. If you're looking for a full body cigar, I want to refer you for either our King of Spades, Great Smoke, Nicaraguan Tobacco, San Andreas wrapper, or I'm going to refer you to our black label. So it kind of all depends on, like I said, what you're drinking, what you've had to eat, and kind of where you want the night to go as far as your vibe or your day to go. So, but I love all of our 13 different faces that we have, and all of them are great sticks to try. You should definitely try some at your local retailer or spadecigars.com. You can order them online, and we'll get it shipped out to you as soon as possible as well. But
Hmm.
definitely go online and try some of the cigars. They're really good smokes.
And we do ship worldwide.
Yes, we do.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned you went to Nicaragua. You guys go to Nicaragua frequently. Now, some people who own, boutique brand that, some are more involved closely than others in the blending process. Are you guys like closely involved? Like you help, from the ground up where you're coming up with a blend, or do you have somebody that, kind of blends it and then you just kind of, you smoke the samples and then you say this needs to be tweaked, that needs to be tweaked, or how does that process look like for you guys?
I would say it's both. It's both because originally starting off, I believe with the black label, you were able to say well, he was able to say what exactly he wanted, and then they gave him different samples to try.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of been like that across the board for a lot of our premium cigars.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the flavored cigars, I had to figure out how to get a mild stick that wouldn't overpower the flavor aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I think we're pretty involved, and
Yeah.
as we're growing, we're becoming even more involved than we were originally, just because we're trying to make sure that the next product that we come out with meets our standards and is something different than what we're currently offering.
Mm-hmm. And I think it has. We've gotten to the point we want something that's unique to our brand and to what we have on our current portfolio of cigars. Um, so it's important for us to really have input to say, hey, this is what we're looking for a particular stick, or this is what we would like to add to our to our product base. So I think when we first started out, me being a consumer of cigars, I had to understand the process of cigars on this side of it from a business standpoint, and choosing leaves and different blends and what pairs good together to get you a good cigar that you really like, a unique cigar. And after the process we've gone through now several times in a row, we know what we're looking for. We know what we don't want, and we've gotten better at the process of just really diving in and being as strategic as we possibly can and what products we release to the market. So it's a mixture of both. We do get our factory to send us some samples that they may think, hey, this might be a good blend for you guys, but at the same time, it's a mixture of us diving in and saying, no, we're looking for something specific. This blend, this leaf, this roll, this size, and we go about it that way as well. So it's kind of a mixture of both.
Awesome. Now you guys, outside of the cigars, you obviously got the liquor brand and everything. Tell us about that, and then we'll get into some of the events that you guys do as well. But tell us about the Joker Liquor, because that sounds like an interesting venue. Like, how did you get started in that, and what's your end goal with that?
So in most of our events, especially in Texas, you don't have too many actual cigar bars. You have a lot of cigar lounges, but on the East Coast, you have a lot of cigar bars where they actually have bars inside. It's a cigar lounge in the bar.
Hmm.
So after us kind of traveling, doing a lot of events on the East Coast, we quickly realized that we needed to not only provide a great experience with our cigars, but also look at preparing our sticks with a great liquor. And who else to better do that than us? We kind of knew exactly what we were looking for from a liquor standpoint, and we felt paired well with our cigars. So we decided to take the investment and branch into the spirit world and wine world. So our first release will be our Texas straight rye whiskey, a really good blend. I love it neat. It goes good in drinks with flavored drinks as well, or drinks with cocktails. So we're releasing that. It'll be actually in the market in March of this year. Mm-hmm. So we're really excited about Joker Liquor Company and developing that. We also have Joker Liquor Company tequila as well as a vodka, and we're looking at developing a cognac as well. So and then a wine brand and also a beer as well. So
as time goes on.
Yeah, as time goes on. So we're looking to really have a complete. It's kind of like what we've done with our portfolio of spirits, wines, and beers. So it's kind of like what we've done with Spades Cigars. We're looking to make sure that we can offer something that everyone will enjoy, not just one particular product and say, hey, this is all we have to offer. We believe in offering variety to meet everyone's palate and to give everyone something to enjoy while they enjoy our cigars.
Awesome. Now, how involved are you in the process of, for your liquor? Like, what distillery produces your liquor and everything, and like, what's that process like, and how different is that from the cigar world? Is it pretty similar, or is it like just totally different experience when you're working on that project?
I think that there's some similarities with trying to choose what works best. We have our own methodology on how we were able to make a decision based on which cigar we were going to come out with first. And so it's kind of similar. We used the same methodology in order to figure out what liquor we were going to, or not I say liquor, what spirit we were going to come out with first. And so, I think just sitting around with our inner circle and those that we trust and just doing tastings and just really figuring out, okay, these are the options that we came out with. This is what we thought tastes great when we left the distillery, and now we're sitting here and it may not taste anything like what we remembered it tasting like when we were there. So ultimately, over a time period of just doing your research and development, we decided on the straight rye whiskey that we're going to come to market with first.
Yeah. It's in so many ways the experience that we've had with growing a cigar business. It does translate over to the liquor aspect of it, but at the same time, it's completely different.
Right.
The
regulations, the rules are different.
Yeah, they're totally different, and you have to be on top of the rules and regulations, and making sure that you're in good standing in every sort of fashion. So. But from a development standpoint, it was kind of the same process. We knew what we wanted, and we went to the distillery and kind of set our eyes on a couple of different, things that they created for us. And then, it's like she said, we thought we had an idea of having we probably chose about 10 different liquids, and out of those liquids, we thought maybe 4 of them would be great. And quickly realized after we did our taste testing with our inner circle that no, they didn't like that. You know,
There were some that put more hair on your chest.
yeah, there was some a lot more stronger, and but it was a great experience. When we did those taste testings with our friends and having that feedback, giving us the feedback that we needed, because like you said, when you're at a distillery or you're at a factory, that experience alone sometimes will kind of lead you to one particular product, and you're thinking, man, this is it. This is the best product ever.
Yes, I have a lot of excitement during the time.
You're excited because you're getting ready to dive into something new, and you're at a new facility, and you're seeing all these new shiny trinkets and toys, and it kind of has an impact on what you might think you might choose either from a cigar or what you might choose from a liquor standpoint. And it's important for you to get close to someone that you can trust and help make a decision to basically pick a great product for you to come to market with. So I think we've done a great job with that, and getting ready to come to market. So thank you to all of our friends and family that allowed us to get you drunk and help us out with the process.
I think that's one of the things too, is when you're taste testing with cigars, you're not overindulging to the point where you are drunk. So the difference with spirits and different wines and spirits and things like that is that when you're doing your taste testing, you really have to be cautious on how you do it. You have to cleanse your palate. You have to make sure you don't overindulge, because then you miss out on the whole experience of tasting the different liquids.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, one of my viewers here, Steve Fulmer, he says, "Very nice website. How are you distributing the liquor line?"
So that's one of the regulations. So we are finalizing our distribution, but that's one of the things that have to be completed and taken care of long before we get to
The market.
March. So yeah.
So there's a lot of little things that we're attending to. We have several distributions that we're looking at, but it will be something that in March, early April and May, you'll be able to have access to across the United States in your local liquor store, as well as online as well. So yeah.
Definitely, awesome. If you're interested in carrying the product or you want to learn more about it, please sign up to the email subscription on the website, or send us a message, and we'll be happy to get with you.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Thank you for your question.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, Steve's a good guy, man. He knows me from one of the cigar groups, and he didn't know I worked at this particular shop that I work at, Smoke Ring 72, and then he was like, "Oh, are you Shirtless Mike?" And we were talking and everything, so we built that connection. I was watching the show, so shouts out to you, Steve. And so anyway, moving on here. So you guys, you guys are involved in a few different events. First of all, Spades Fest, which have you done for a number of years now. Tell us about that and like the whole vibe of that, and then after that, we'll get into other things as well.
Yeah. So Spades Fest is our anniversary. It's what we do every year in April. This is our 5th year coming up here. We've had some great experiences. Our first Spades Fest, when we first released Spades Cigars, I decided to release it on my actual birthday, because I felt like I'm gonna invite all my friends and family and everyone I possibly knew. They have to show up. So they're gonna come out. They have to show up for my birthday and try our product. So it ended up kind of coinciding the same way. So our anniversary is basically on my birthday. So we do an event every year to highlight our anniversary. So this will be our 5th year, like I said, and we're pretty excited about that. We give out our annual awards, highlighting the people in the cigar community that have done a great job. We do a Pearl of the Year, Brother of the Leaf of the Year, Sister of the Leaf of the Year,
Lounge of the Year,
Lounge of the Year.
And I think that one of the things that's important to highlight about Spades Fest is the first year we actually received our own day in the city.
A declaration from the city of Houston.
Yes. So April 19th is Spades Cigars Day in the city of Houston.
Yeah.
Basically for, giving back and, helping with the, economy, giving jobs and things like that. Back to the city. So I think that that's something that's really good. And then we usually have a a performance. So the first year was Carl Thomas. Saran is really big on being able to smoke comfortably
Yeah.
at an event. He doesn't like to be pushed outside if he doesn't want to be outside. So that's kind of what Spades Fest was about, as well as just being able to be comfortable as a cigar smoker, be able to dress up and have a nice event that's catering to us. So it was a rooftop party,
Mm-hmm.
and then followed by a brunch at a popular, one of the top brunches in what is it, America?
Yeah,
During
so
that
the
time,
number one restaurant.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And so last year, 2021, we had RL from the group Next. He did a really good performance, pretty much like a concert.
Mm-hmm.
It ended up being one of our friends got engaged during the performance. It was like a whole skit drawn out.
Oh Lord, that's what's
I
up.
know, it was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But and you can see the footage from, if you go to our Instagram, Spades Cigars, or maybe even our YouTube. I'm thinking it might be on there. We have a lot of videos because we like to capture those moments, and you'll be able to see what it's like at Spades Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Now you guys are also over Houston Cigar Week, or are you guys just involved in that?
No,
We're co-founders.
Yeah, we're
of
co-founders of
Co-founders.
Houston Cigar Week
Mhm.
and on the board as well. So Houston Cigar Week was something that we, me and Crystal traveling the country, we're seeing different events. At the time, and we title sponsored Atlanta Cigar Week, and we saw it and we was like, this is awesome. We can do something like this for our city. So we went ahead and we secured all the URL and all those different things for us to come back and to the city of Houston with it. And we reached out to a group that was here called Houston Cigar Alliance. And at the time, they're kind of a group that has a part of our influencers in the city of Houston. Soto for smokers only.
They represent some of the cigar groups that's been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then you also have Soto, which he was like one of the first people to even do cigar events in Houston. I think he reached 10-year anniversary this past year. So we just thought it would be good to have something here. We were already doing Spades Fest, and they were already doing Houston Cigar Festival. So we just kind of changed it to week, and then just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
Last year, we had over 35 cigar vendors that attended. And it shocked us. It really did, because it's our first year, but we had over 2,500 attendees. And most of all our vendors, they sold out.
Yeah.
Our attendees, they had a great time. We had, I think, 15 cigar events total. So we were exhausted by Saturday for sure. But we had a really good time. So we're back again for the second year, trying to make sure that we're bigger and better, and that we pay attention to the feedback that we receive, and that we make sure we give everyone a good time at as economically as possible.
Yeah, but it's a great event. Like you said, last year we had Ed Reed, Hall of Famer Ed Reed, be a part of the event. He DJ'd our ladies' night. He did an amazing job. We had Ed Lover come out and MC the event. We had Epic Cigars here. We had Masculino Cigars. We had Ken Hamlin's The Arrival Cigars. We had so many different vendors that were here last year that it was an amazing opportunity for us to bring that experience to our city and have the people that came into our city get a chance to experience all that the city of Houston has to offer from a cigar standpoint, from food as well as entertainment. So we are putting together an awesome event this year. Memorial Day weekend, May 24th to the 29th. We have some great things lined up for you guys. And pre-sale tickets are available now. They're going to end on January 28th.
Not for sure.
But pre-sale tickets are getting ready to end pretty soon. So if you definitely want to come down and attend, please go online and secure your ticket as soon as possible.
And thank you to all the sponsors and the attendees last year for making it such a great event. I think by Thursday is when we were shocked. Shocked and scared at the same time, because we had never done anything to that magnitude. But I think everyone deserved a pat on the back, and definitely appreciate those who believed in us to put that together.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome experience. I think, like she said, doing something of that magnitude and having 2,500 people show up for your first event. At one point in time on Friday, I just looked at the crowd and I just said, "Wow, this
We
is
have a picture.
yeah." It was
I wish I could show you that picture of him just holding his chin like, oh gosh, it's happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh
it
wow.
was a great experience. Yeah, and we can't wait for everyone to come back again this year. We're doing it bigger and better. That's our slogan, and we just have some awesome things planned for everyone.
Everything's bigger in Texas, so
Yeah.
we definitely have the space.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger.
We have the
Now,
space and we have the food.
Yes.
oh yeah. Now speaking of everything's bigger in Texas, and you got the room. Now I noticed that there's also another Houston Cigar Week or whatever. So
Oh
like
Lord.
now you don't have. I'm not here. I'm not. I'm not trying to stir up anything. Just asking about it. Is there like a healthy rivalry with that, or is there like they just do their own thing, y'all do your own thing? Like I'm an outsider, so I'm just asking. Because I noticed.
I think so. It started off shaky, but I think now there's no confusion. They changed their name, and
Oh,
so now
okay.
there's only one Houston Cigar Week. If you Google it, there's only one date
Okay.
that is applicable to Houston Cigar Week this year. No more, drama or anything like that. There's no more confusion. Uh,
Yeah.
we are two separate entities, and
Yeah.
we wish them the best of luck.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, I just was curious about that, but it's cool that, at least I never saw any drama. I just would see like the confusion.
That's
And
good.
so,
Yeah.
I mean, I try to stay out of the drama though, but, I got to
Yeah,
ask all the right questions and,
yeah. I mean, you're
get the
asking what
answers.
people probably want
You
to
want to
know.
know. Yeah, and I'm glad we have complete clarity now. And like I said, the organization, we wish them the best. God bless that organization and what they're doing, but they're not associated with Houston Cigar. Their name is totally different. They have a totally different experience than what we offer. But yeah, God bless that organization and totally different.
Awesome. Now, outside of cigars, what do you guys like to do? I would like, whenever you're not, selling cigars or smoking cigars, you guys have any hobbies outside of that?
I think that when we first started Spades, it kind of took over everything, and everything became cigar related. Everything
Yes.
if he can't smoke a cigar, he doesn't want to go to the
I don't
restaurant.
want to go to a restaurant and I can't enjoy a great stick.
But now we are kind of getting back to the baseline of all the things that we like to do, just trying to figure out a way to incorporate. So recently we just did like what ATVing,
Yeah.
things like that. Like to have a little bit of adventure. We like to go, to concerts or, just do something that's fun and that's different. But as long as he's able to get a cigar afterwards or before or maybe on the way there, we're good.
Yeah, that's but when you dive into the cigar business, in order to be successful, you have to fully engulf yourself in this industry.
Yep.
Correct.
It consumes everything in your entire life.
Yep.
I
And
can say that originally the issue was his cigar budget. And then once I became a avid smoker, then now it's just what budget,
yes,
Now it's like it's
we,
doubled. So
we spend all
Yep.
our money on cigars.
it
So it is.
didn't help. My rationale behind starting, him starting the cigar business it didn't click all the way. So
Yeah. Definitely. Now, I'll ask you, Mrs. Spades. So, like, as a female who smokes cigars, like, are there any women that you look up to in the cigar industry, or have just had the chance to connect with, and and just really, you know, chop it up with, relating to cigars, and even just stuff that ladies like to do and talk about. Like, is there anybody that you clicked with in the cigar industry?
yeah,
Can't
there
can't word my
definitely is.
question right. Too wordy.
No, I understood what you were saying. So the good thing is I've had the opportunity to meet several other sisters of the leaf that's in the industry from other cigar manufacturers, both in the U.S. and outside the U.S. I've been able to build friendships there. I'm actually going to the DR for Pro Cigar coming up, where I've had the ability to interact with a lot of the blenders out there as well. I Sisters in Smoke. She's one of my really good friends. I met her probably 3 years ago, and from day one when we saw each other at the what is it IPC,
Yeah.
we clicked like right off the bat, and we've become travel buddies. Octavia with Atlanta Cigar Week, I've always supported her initiatives because I like that she is doing things that bring awareness to the female cigar smokers in the industry. And then just several women just across the board, whether they are the ladies that I see on the frequent basis in the cigar lounges where they're able to share their experiences or just share a cigar and unwind for the day, or it's other women that are growing their businesses in the industry where we're sitting down and we're brainstorming together on how we can get to the next level. So you have like a Nevers by Nita or the Lipstick and Smoke or so many different businesses. The Cigar
Blue
Dentist,
smoke.
yeah, Blue Smoke. It's so many women that are doing great things, both in and out the cigar industry that I've had a chance to interact with and just build relationships with. So yeah, I'm definitely appreciative of that.
Awesome. Now, you being a husband and wife team, how is that working together? Not only are you married, you're legally bound to each other, but you're kind of doubly legally bound because you're also in a business and everything. It's like, what is that like being a husband and wife team? Just from each one of y'all's perspectives.
It's been a great experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I think we had to start developing boundaries
Hmm.
and separate the business from the personal because, like I said, cigars and business in general will consume everything that you do when you're an entrepreneur. And we had to set the boundaries of okay, this is our personal time. This is our space to have our relationship, to be husband and wife, and not just to be business partners or not to talk about the business so that we can still be in love with one another and enjoy this experience in a different way. We've been together 15 years,
Hmm.
and I would never lose my woman for cigars. So I had to have that equal balance of how do we still stay in love but still be business partners and allow her to push her initiative and what she sees for the business and allow me to be able to do the same. So I think it's you have to have healthy boundaries when you do have your husband or your wife or your mate, your partner. When you're in business together, you have to create that boundary to still focus on love and as well as focus on the growth of the business.
Awesome. Now you guys are out in Houston and everything. There's a few rappers, that I know of. At least one I could think of off the top of my head. Have you had any Houston rappers, like Slim Thug or somebody or anybody kind of, smoke your cigars or any other celebrities that smoke cigars? Have you gotten aware of them getting a hold of one of your cigars and smoking them or no?
Yes, that's actually a good. So we were blessed to have an opportunity to present to Slim Thug. He did a 20-year anniversary for his career in the rap business, and we presented him with a special box of Spades Cigars at his concert. Really, really cool brother. He's always around the city of Houston and supporting different events. He's always out and about. He's very approachable, very touchable. He's enjoyed our cigars. Zero did smoke one of our cigars, and I got a chance to sit with him and smoke with him. The Charlo twins got a chance to smoke with those guys.
I think it's several and not
Yeah,
just
it's several.
Yeah.
rappers.
I
It's
just knew
also
Slim Thug because
golf
I seen him in
players.
his videos, smoking
Yeah,
cigars.
yeah. I mean, one of my good friends here in Houston, Steve Francis. He's constantly smoking our product. I'm constantly being able to sit with him and like I said, that just sometimes it blows my mind because I was a fan before I ever became friends and to sit with him at times and we smoking in the cigar lounge here and to laugh and to joke and just to sit back and think that like I said from a cigar that and the idea that we created that we have these friendships with these great individuals and have an opportunity to create a relationship with them and enjoy cigars at the same time. It's really cool. We've been blessed to have a lot of what people would say celebrity friends. Ed Reed, one of my good buddies. CJ Newton in Atlanta, really good friend of mine as well. Owns Fellowship Cigars with his brother Cam Newton. One of the best lounges in the country.
Atlanta has some really beautiful lounges
Yes,
as well.
Oh yeah.
So
Cigar City Club, all of them.
Yeah. So we've been blessed to have a lot of quote unquote celebrities, friends, and that enjoy our product. We just got a chance to hang out with one of our good friends, Cedric the Entertainer, for New Year's and bringing New Year's with him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really, really cool experience, man. He's a really, really good brother.
He will have you. Your ribs will be hurting at the end of the night because he's just funny naturally. I think that's the best smoke is when you could just sit down and just laugh.
Yeah. Nephew Tommy, we got a chance to a couple years ago when they did a New Year's Eve event comedy show here. Nephew Tommy gave us an opportunity to present a special package to Cedric the Entertainer, to D.L. Hughley, and to himself. And we did a custom cigar box. We did custom cigars. We did custom humidor.
We're working.
Yeah. Working hard, just building relationships and growing, man. And like I said, we've been blessed to have some good celebrity friends that's enjoyed our products and we've had good relationships with as well.
Awesome. Now what's this?
I did.
Now what's No, I was just saying, what's Cedric the Entertainer like though? Is he just, is the same old person that you see in front of the cameras and all that? Like, you said your ribs would be hurting by the end of the night, so I figured,
He is. He literally is the same person. He's very down to earth. He probably is someone that I would look up to as far as how to navigate being well known and still remain true to yourself.
Yeah.
Regardless of, where you are, regardless of whether people make you feel like you're a celebrity or not, he literally just stays humble and stays himself.
Correct.
And so I think even New Year's, I think Saran was inspired because, you have to be thankful for people who want to talk to you, who want to say, hey, let's get a picture. Be appreciative of those people and, remain humble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shoot, I tell you what, like even me, I'm known in the cigar world, but like, I'm no real celebrity, but every time somebody is like shirtless Mike, I'm at a big event, they're like shirtless Mike, man, like I can't get over that. So like I just imagine like how somebody on that magnitude,
right,
will feel, and just and to be honest, like even at my level, it's I got to make sure I keep myself in check. Good thing I got good people around me because I'm like I ain't nobody special. I just represent the average cigar guy and everything, and that's what it's all about. So
even for me, like when we saw each other in Tampa, and I'm working, and he was like, "Hey, my name's Shirtless Mike." I was like, "Man, come on now," and just to embrace and the hug because I know you, but it was at the time it was like I finally get a chance to actually meet you.
Yeah,
that was such a great experience, and having that time that we did, and that time to just kind of talk. Even though the table was so packed, I couldn't really give you the tickets that I wanted to. It was just so cool. Tampa Heritage Cigar Festival was such a great experience. Cigar Heritage Festival was such a great experience. But man, just to get a chance to finally meet you and give you a hug, and and just see a face with a name, and to continue our relationship and developing our friendship, man. And thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. It was great to see you.
Oh yeah, no problem. Like, how was Tampa Cigar Heritage Festival for y'all? Like, I heard from other vendors that it was real successful. Everyone was buying, and all that. So
yeah, it was really successful. Probably one of the top events that we've been to, that we've sponsored. But I can honestly say next year we will come with a bigger team just to give us an opportunity to really experience it, because I thought that we would be able to walk away, or like one of us walk away and go maybe to the other side, say hello to our friends.
If you had a bigger team.
No, we didn't get to do anything like that. We were so swamped. Right.
From the moment we put our table up and put the cigars out.
From the word go. I did not get to drink my coffee.
No.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Right. I look back and the event was over, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even want that
But
coffee
it
anymore.
was such a great experience. We had a great time. Met so many new people that we haven't gotten a chance to meet. We met so many people that been wanting to try our products. So it was a really great experience for us, and
Definitely.
we can't wait to attend next year. And we're excited about coming back. And
And hopefully next year we'll be able to also have Joker
yeah,
be there as a sponsor as well,
Oh,
as
nice.
well as Spades.
yeah,
So then we'll be able to do both because there were a lot of people that were interested in trying Joker while we were there.
hmm
They tried to take our bottle.
yeah. We had to
Oh Lord.
We had to watch our
watch our
bottle.
model. It was. They definitely wanted to try. We had a lot of offers to $200 for the bottle, all that kind of stuff. But we just couldn't at the time. We got to wait
We
until
had
we do
to
the
follow
release,
the rules.
follow the proper rules and protocols, and we'll release it. In March, I'm sorry, this year we plan on doing a 20 city tour, and hitting different cities and liquor stores and doing signings and tastings as well. So believe me, everyone will have a chance and an opportunity to try the product. It's a really great product, and we're excited about it. And we can't wait to come to your city and introduce it to your city.
Awesome. Now, we're pretty much approaching the end here. It's been a great show, and the devil tried to attack me by making the Wi-Fi go out in the beginning, but that just always means it's a good show. But
Yeah.
for the last thing here, so just go ahead. Anything else that you guys wanted to add? Anything else that guys wanted to plug and all that, and for the people, and then we'll go ahead and get out of here. And I appreciate y'all for coming on.
Yeah.
We want to say thank you. I mean, in all honesty, the experience that we've had the last 4 years, like I said, this is our fifth year in the business. The last 4 years, the support that we've had across the world, to see someone smoke our cigars in Canada, to see orders that we get shipping off to London and Africa. It's just an awesome experience to see that people are enjoying something that you've created. And it's a humbling experience. And we just want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in here today, everyone that's tried our product, everyone that's went to one of our events, cutting lights and supported us, everyone that's read an article about us, man. Thank you. We appreciate
Even
you.
local support.
Local support we've
Definitely
had.
thankful for Houston
Yes.
having our back.
Houston has literally taken us and allowed us to grow and represent the city of Houston in a way that, hopefully we do it in a way that makes them proud. But we're thankful for the Houston cigar culture that has really supported us and allowed us to stand on their shoulders. So I think that's the number one thing is just saying thank you.
Yeah, and stay tuned for new product being released. Of course, we have these sweatshirts. They'll also be on the website. We have a few of them that are left. We came out with this during our customer appreciation event back in December, a month ago, and I mean, we just have some events coming down the pipeline. Follow Houston Cigar Week. Follow Spades Cigars. Follow Spades Fest. Definitely check out our website, spadescigars.com, jokerliquor.com, and just stay tuned to the things that we have coming up next. We're really putting our effort, our best foot forward in order to bring you quality and just a good product with great service.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys for coming on the show. And once we're not live, we can chop it up for a few minutes. But everybody out there that's tuned in, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties. So, if you're new to this channel, if you discovered this live, because of Spades Cigars, make sure you hit that subscribe button, share this out to your friends. It's only because of you that I'm able to do this every single week. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night and a great week, and I'll see you next week. Peace.